So this video is probably the most different from any of the other videos I've made, and for good reason. Of course, I'm going to show you a product, right? So let's go ahead and knock that out. This is a interrupt harness, basically. So this plugs in line on a 2020 plus GT500. So the S550 GT500 2020 through 2024, I think. This one's specifically for a 21, but they're all the same. So this plugs in line, and what it does is it gives you a cabin mounted switch that will allow you to interrupt the PCM signal to the pump, which is this white wire here in position 3. And what that does is it takes away the PCM's ability to control the pump, and the pump will run full speed all the time versus the variable speed that you see with the pump as controlled by the PCM. So it's super straightforward. You run this guy down to the pump, you route it into the cabin. I put a Deutsch connector on it so that it's easily passed into the cabin and you don't have to wrestle this connector through or the whole switch. So you get that guy run into the cabin and you hook up the switch. There's no need to hook up power or anything like that. The light on the switch doesn't actually turn on. So it's super simple. It just essentially interrupts the PCM signal. So if you guys are interested, I will put this product on the website so it's easily available to purchase, but honestly, this was something I made at a customer's request. So at this point, it's a custom bespoke product, but it can certainly become a standard issue part number if I get a little bit of feedback saying so. So why am I making this video for real? Well, I've been considering doing either streaming, so streaming myself work, so you can watch me build things and I can interact with chat and answer questions. So that would give you real-time access to me while I'm streaming, but it would also allow you to ask questions, suggest products or things that you may need, but just kind of to create a two-way between me, wire everything, and the end customer. And one of the things I've had on my mind about doing this is trying to decide if these will continue to be YouTube, social media, pre-made videos that you can just refer back to that don't have real-time interactions. So, just your standard issue YouTube video with or without editing. They'll probably get some editing. So one of the things I need to do is build a couple of battery relocation kits for some customers that I've actually had quite a run on. And of course, like everything else I do, they're going to end up being motorsports grade. So this stuff will be, and you can see it's motorsports grade, US made cable. It'll be kind of educational because you'll see what tools I use, how I do this, and I'll of course talk throughout these videos so you'll get my logic. You'll get to understand why I choose the materials I choose, why I prefer the things that I prefer, and over time I'll start to talk about vendors. I'll like kind of seriously help you learn to do this on your own. And of course, this is going to be probably a little more beneficial to shops than it is to the individual, depending on your willingness to buy tools, because no matter what the materials cost, I'm still using very expensive tools most of the time to do this, like the Renstag stuff and the crimpers and the individual die sets for the correct terminals. So this is not always going to be cheaper than just purchasing the product from me, but I do kind of have this desire to spread this information and help you guys learn to do this right. But also I get these requests. People want to know how I do things, what I'm using, and how I kind of make some of the decisions I make. I can show you the different reference materials I use, like how I make choices about wires and amperage and, some of the things related to that. So this in turn is stuff that I can share with you so you can make these decisions yourself if you're trying to make something that I don't sell or you want to attempt to build a product on your own. These are all things we can do this. So the feedback I'm looking for is one, how much interaction with say Discord we would want to use for this. Two, do we want pre-made sort of professional instructional YouTube videos, or we'd rather do this a little more informally, streaming, maybe originating with Twitch, but then ending up with the content on YouTube. so that there is the option to interact with me personally, speak to me, ask your questions, and it kind of creates this sort of fun work environment. So this is something that's been on my mind. Obviously, these demo videos are great. Like, it's fun to do these one takes where I just kind of ad lib a product for you, and I do get a lot of feedback from people thanking me for doing that and saying it does help them understand that. So of course I will continue with each product. Every time I have one I don't have a video for, I'll take advantage of that opportunity and use that product to make the short form video, these 3 to 6 minute videos that explain the product and kind of detail the installation. But really what I want to know is, would we prefer a streaming platform? Are we interested in Discord? Do we want these to be pre-made, sort of more professional instructional style things on YouTube, or some blend of all of the above? So answer in the comments, send me private messages, you know, let me know what you guys want. And always, I hope you have a great day. Continue to utilize our products and make product suggestions, and just reach out and remain sort of part of this community that's beginning to grow, and keep Wire Everything doing what it does, and let's grow this thing even further. So thank you for your time.